up with red. Starting off with Blade Tuskboar. This guy is very solid. Intimidate is always good. 3 power for 4 mana is fine. I've really liked him whenever I've had him. Canyon Minotaur is your basic hill giant. He's what he's always been. Dragon Hatchling is, frankly, he's been disappointing. In the best cases, he is a flyer that comes down quickly and flies over, and you pump the heck out of him, and he kills them fairly quickly. However, this is not really what I want to be doing on turn 2, because I want to be doing something better on turn 3. And so a lot of the time, if he comes down on turn 2, he's a 0/1 flyer forever. I just have been underwhelmed by this guy. Your mileage may vary. Fire Elemental is fine. Goblin Arsonist, especially with a lot of 0/1 creatures around, like Exalted, this frequently trades for something, as well as blocking. I don't know, on the Battle Jester. If you're a heavy red deck, it might screw up attackers, or blockers rather, but I have not got enough experience to know. Mog Flunkies is amazingly good. If you get several of these, 2 Flunkies can attack together. Well, two copies of Mog Flunkies. Otherwise, you combine them with this guy, the Reckless Brute, and turn 2 Mog Flunkies, turn 2 Reckless Brute, attack for 6 is a beating. I've been on the wrong side of that too many times. It's a beating. Rummaging Goblin is the new looter. He is not quite Merfolk looter. For one thing, you have to discard before you loot, and for another, he costs 1 more. But he is certainly the best red small creature you're going to lay your hands on. He just is a real great late game play. On Wall of Fire, I don't like walls. Moving on to the uncommon creature. Arms Dealer is great. He makes Krenko's Command, which puts a couple of goblins into play, much, much better. For 2 mana and sacrificing any goblin, including him, deal 4 damage to target creature. He's reusable removal, and he's great in that respect. The Muckwader I'm not excited about. If you're playing red-black, he's a 3/2 on turn 2, which is a nice aggressive creature which you really don't want to be hanging out trying to regenerate. However, he still is, if you're red-black, he's certainly a very solid body. Furnace Whelp, this is what Dragon Whelp or whatever wishes it could be. This guy, even if you can't spend time dumping mana into it, still beats for positive numbers. This guy, you get to see the opponent's hand at least. You may force them to rip something out of their hand if they have any mana up and they've got an instant. But, the only plus in this format, you probably want to play them pre-combat, because an awful lot of the instants and sorceries they may have in their hand are pump spells of one type or another. And it may well give you an opportunity to cast those. The only thing this won't get rid of is Divine Deflection, or Divine Verdict. Sorry. The Verdict needs to target an attacking creature, and by the time you're able to cast something, that will be in a main phase. But he's still okay. It's basically Gitaxian Probe, and you get a 2/2 creature for a lot more mana than Gitaxian Probe. And it can be better. And Torchfiend, I mentioned this before, there are artifacts in this set that must die. And this guy kills artifacts. He kills rings, which makes him completely playable. Even if he's a 2/1 for 2, so he's fine even if you don't kill something. But you often kill something, and the things you kill are important.